Thanks for watching this episode of Inside IU Volleyball with Sherry Dunbar. I'm Cody Sherritt. Another week of the season is down. Friday night against Northwestern. Off to a hot start, but unable to build on that.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I thought the first set we came out, and I don't know, it was 13-7 or so, and then they caught back up, and we were right in it, and then just too many errors. You know, I mean, the first two sets we were very competitive, and I thought the third set we kind of went into panic mode really early on. After the match, you look at the stats, we had more kills than Northwestern, more digs than Northwestern, but a lot of errors. And that's something we've really worked hard on the last couple of weeks in practice, and we'll continue to do that. We're finding kills now. I think the lineup change helped us a little bit, flipping Marsh and Kristen, but I think we're still making a lot of errors, so we have to reduce those, and I think we can be very competitive.
And I remember, especially in that first set, there were a lot of great hustle plays on both sides of the net.
Yeah, just I think our kids defensively are getting better as a team right now. And I think that showed throughout the weekend and kept us in a lot of long rallies and got the crowd really involved, especially on Saturday night. And so those things are really positive.
And then on Saturday night, number 5 Illinois visited Bloomington. And you got to be proud to take a set from a team that good.
Well, not just a set, but I felt like we were in the match all the time. And I think that's one of those matches that we were consistently point for point with them throughout the night, and I think it was good volleyball, you know, and we talk about that a lot, but it was very competitive, good volleyball. The rallies were there, the kills were there, point for point, it was fun to watch, and I think the fans really appreciated that. Our kids felt good about themselves, not because, you know, we wanted to win, obviously, but I think that was a good step from Friday night to Saturday night to see them actually competing very hard for every point. And again, it was a night where we had more kills, almost as many digs, but still some of the errors, the unforced errors that we had to eliminate in order to beat a team like that. So that is our focus, obviously, this week in practice.
And last week on the show, we had Jade Henderson. You entered her in the second set, and she came off the bench to get 5 kills in that set alone.
Yeah, you know, I was really happy for Jade because she's been putting in a lot of time in the gym, and she's so positive, and I think she added not just a spark with her play, but an emotional spark for the team, too. As you know, she's one of the most liked players in our program, and I thought just having her, somebody different on the floor, give some emotional energy, I thought really made a difference. And in that third set, she was fantastic. I mean, she came in and was very aggressive. Hitting efficiency went down a little bit after that, but she was still in it and still aggressive. And I think that was the most important thing to me.
As I mentioned, Jade was our guest last week. This week's guest is junior Jordan Haverly. Jordan, thank you for staying late after practice to sit and chat with me. It's been, what, a little over 6 months since you injured your knee. How's the recovery going?
It's going pretty good. I'm like where they think I should be, so I guess I go see the doctor again tomorrow, and hopefully he'll tell me I can like jump and do a little more practice, so that'll be exciting. But I'm like doing well with on-court stuff and getting stronger every day, so.
And over the last 6 months, you've become best friends with Adam Clemens, right?
Yeah, we're BFFs. We can read each other's minds.
So, when athletes get injured, like a long-term injury like yours, they kind of take up a hobby to take their mind off the injury. Did you pick up any hobbies while you were hurt?
Not really. I mean, I listen to a lot more music now because I ride the bike and it keeps me entertained. But other than that, I haven't really had that much more. I think it's in season. We're still like busy with practice and stuff, so I haven't really been able to like find something else.
Spending a season on the sidelines, what have you learned as a player?
I think I've learned how to be like more patient and like try to help people in a more positive way. Like just because like I know what it feels like to be out there, but now like watching from the sidelines too, like having a different perspective is always good. So I think it'll help like when I come back, just with like staying calm and trying to like help everybody out. So hopefully.
Jordan, the best of luck in your recovery, and I can't wait to come back next year and watch you play.
Thanks.
I wasn't able to do the worm with Jordan this week, but she's well on her way to the recovery.
I'd like to see Jordan do the worm. I've never seen that, but yeah, Jordan has worked extremely hard. I mean, this has been a tough year for her, as it has for our program, but I think that she is coming back stronger than ever. She's now to the point where she's jumping some, doing a little bit of blocking, a lot of passing and defense in practice, and we hope by the end of the season is actually back as a practice type player. and we'll have a full spring to get ready to go then for next fall. So her attitude has stayed really positive. She's learning to be a very strong leader right now, and I think it's a different perspective for anyone that is out due to injury, illness, whatever it might be, to see what goes on behind the scenes and to really see a different perspective than out on the floor all the time. So I think it will make her a better leader for our program, a better player for our program over the next 2 years, and obviously we're excited to get her back.
Yeah, she jokes she'll be like 24 when she graduates.
And she
but
will.
It'll be nice to have a player that experienced.
Oh, well, you know, Jordan's been around the game for as long as she can probably remember, you know, and has been a great player. So she's had so many ball touches, and the thing I'm most proud of is throughout this whole rehab, she's really touched a volleyball every day, whether she's standing on a box swinging or serving or passing balls in practice. So she's really stayed in the game, and I think that's the hardest thing. You have to touch the volleyball a lot. Mm-hmm. It's different than other sports, and you have to have a feel for that. So I think that will allow her to come back a lot faster. You know, now we're just waiting on the knee to make that connection and really feel good for her, you know, and I think then that's the mental process of trusting, you know, what Dr. Fox has done and all the rehab we've gone through.
And this week on Friday night, we have Nebraska visiting Bloomington for the first time. That match will be on BigTenNetwork.com. In Lincoln, it was pretty obvious. Nebraska is one of the best teams in the nation with that attack of Gina Mancuso and Hannah Worth.
Yeah.
You guys were competitive at spurts in Lincoln. Mm-hmm. How can you build on that Friday night?
Yeah, Nebraska, you know, a great addition competitively to the Big Ten, but it'll be nice to play them at home. You know, playing at Nebraska is a totally different environment than really anywhere even in the Big Ten. Great crowd, great fans, really appreciate good volleyball, as we've talked about before, but you know, getting them off of that home court, I think, does make a big difference. But they're a great team, a great athletic team with a lot of balance within their attack. So we'll have to play some of our best volleyball. But, you know, even on Saturday playing Illinois, who was number 5 in the nation, you know, we competed very hard with them. So I expect the same, you know, and all we can do is give ourselves opportunities to win. And we have to get to that point every match right now to give ourselves that option.
And then Saturday night is IU senior night against Iowa, and in Iowa City it was a heartbreaker. How can you build off that and win against the Hawkeyes?
Well, I think that was
Saturday
very
night?
early on in the Big Ten season, and I think we're a different team, and Iowa's probably a different team, and we'll do a lot of scouting of them. But I think we have to play our game, and I think that we have improved that game over the course of the Big Ten season. But more importantly, it's a chance to honor our 4 seniors. Which is a little different. You know, it would usually be the last match of the season, but that last match of the season is Purdue at home, and it's the day before Thanksgiving. The students are gone, and we really felt like this was a great opportunity to do it a little earlier, but really have the support of our fan base that's been there for the seniors and would like to honor them, you know, while they're all in town too. So it just made sense to do it on Saturday, and I think that'll be great for our four young kids.
And as those 4 seniors leave, we welcome in 4 new players.
Yeah.
Today is National Signing Day. 4 players: Amelia Anderson, an outside hitter; Mariah Coleman, a right side; Kendall Merritt and Courtney Harnish, 2 DSs coming in.
Yeah, that fills a lot of needs for us. Next year, getting Shantae back off of a redshirt year, getting Jordan back from the injury, getting Jen Smith back after having surgery. And then obviously bringing in 4 players with some defense mixed in there with some hitters. And all 4 of them will add a lot to our program, not just as players, but personality-wise too. You know, Amelia is somebody that's a Big Ten player body and has done some great things, took her high school team very far this year and was their go-to player. And Mariah Coleman was a late commit for us, but is touching 10-4, 10-5, and is a very mature kid. We'll probably redshirt and train this next year and have her play behind Marsha a little bit and learn the ropes of the Big Ten and get stronger. And then the 2 DSs will really come in and help us fill some roles. Caitlin Cox obviously graduating. We still have Mel and Hanson around, but we need some competition in that spot, in those couple of spots, and I think they'll add that.
And now we get to our favorite part, Tweet of the Week. This week it comes from my partner, Eric Roberts. He tweeted, "Just witnessed Mary Shadoin nearly lose her head from Big Papa Sully." And then he tweeted a picture that said, "Watch your face, Mary Shadoin."
Yeah, that might have been one of the funniest things that happened this year. You know, she was playing right back defense, and one of our male practice players, who they're just fantastic and help us every day, Ryan Sullivan, went up and hit a ball, and Mary couldn't really get out of the way and couldn't get her hands up and knocked her right in the face and knocked her out. She was laying down for a minute, and then with Mary's, famous laugh, popped back up, and we thought she'd have a shiner the next day, but she was lucky and didn't. But in the Mary tone, if it was going to be a shiner and it didn't look as bad as it should, she was going to put additional makeup on to make it look bad. So, that's typical Mary. But yeah, it was very funny, and I think they felt very bad, so they put down a body tape mark that night. We came in the next day, it was laying there like a dead body. So Mary laid down and took some pictures, and I think we put it on Twitter.
and Eric was telling me if it were any other player on the team, they'd probably be either knocked out or crying.
Yeah, Mary thought it was one of the funniest things ever, which is absolutely the spirit of Mary Shadoin.
Also, this past weekend, the team got involved with the community with the Hoosier Hitters program. Talk about how that got started, the success it's seen.
Yeah, our previous coach here at Indiana did a Hoosier Hitters type thing and did it a lot throughout the fall season, and we kind of cut it down to 2 times in the fall. It's fantastic. It sells out every time, and it's only $10 for these little kids to come and get a t-shirt, and most importantly, get some fundamental skills, but also be around our players who are great role models. And so we had one this past Saturday, which was a huge hit, and those kids just adore our players and want autographs all the time and everything, and it's just a really good chance for us to give back, and we really want volleyball in the community to continue to grow, and our local club here has done a great job, and then with some of the clinics we do, it's really made a difference, I think, and something we all enjoy doing.
That does it for this week. We hope to see you all out at University Gym this weekend as the team takes on Nebraska and Iowa. We'll be back next week with a brand new show. Thanks for watching.